now a thing in Philly.
Yo, Bron!
And the sports world explodes.
At 6'9" from St. Vincent St. Mary's, number 23, LeBron James! 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 Yeah!
Oh, man, now it's real.
LeBron James picks Philadelphia. NBC 10 News starts right now.
Now, coverage you count on with breaking news from the NBC 10 Live Center and your Weather 8 verified most accurate forecast. This is NBC 10 News at 7.
The wait is over, and guess what? The rumors, they are true. LeBron James announced he is joining the Sixers. Hello, everyone. I'm Fred Shropshire.
And I'm Lena Tillett. Billboards are already up in Philadelphia welcoming King James. You know, Philly fans don't waste time, and they are extremely excited with this decision from LeBron.
We have team coverage tonight. A lot of fans sharing their excitement with Shire Arias. She joins us in a few minutes. Let's get right to NBC Sports. Philadelphia's John Clark with how this all went down. John.
I caught up with Sixers legend and NBA Hall of Famer Charles Barkley for his reaction to LeBron James coming to Philly. We'll have that for you in a second. And LeBron James is going to be the most decorated and most accomplished and most famous athlete to ever agree to come play in Philadelphia. Take a look at this. You want to know that he is coming here to win a championship? It says it in the contract. $56 million is what LeBron was paid last year by the Lakers. He's coming here for the veteran minimum. $4 million this year, $4 million next season. And he says the Sixers give him the best chance at winning another championship or two before he retires. He's trying to become the first player in NBA history to win a championship with 4 different teams. And you know who was really big in getting LeBron to come to Philly? Tyrese Maxey. They're represented by the same agency, the Clutch Group, and Tyrese and LeBron have become good friends. They train together. LeBron says Tyrese, he loves playing with him. Now, here is the reaction from Sixers legend Charles Barkley when he got the news LeBron chose Philly.
I was shocked. I'm excited for Philadelphia, but I was shocked. I personally thought he should have went back to Cleveland, but I'm happy for the 76ers. It's going to be a great addition. And it's going to be interesting, though. It's not going to be as easy as people think it is. They've had the greatest month in Sixer history for sure, but also one of the greatest moments in Philadelphia sports history the last month. I'm just happy for the city of Philadelphia, and it is great. It's been a great day to be a 76er fan, 100%.
And LeBron James has upped the Sixers championship odds. They are now one of the favorites in the Eastern Conference with the Knicks. And, of course, the West with the Spurs and Thunder. The Sixers are in the mix. And get this, this is going to be the first time in NBA history that a starting 5 going into a season has had this many points from last year. These 5 last year averaged 120 points per game. It's a starting 5. The most points per game in NBA history for a starting 5 lineup heading into an NBA year. I am John Clark. We're at the Sixers practice facility for NBC 10.
And we told you about the billboards, but the welcoming committee is working overtime. A plane flying over Atlantic City Beach was spotted with this greeting for LeBron, and the sign at Citizens Bank Park is already fit for the King. You know, Sixers fans are ready to roll out the red carpet. They are already dreaming of championship parades.
Wow. NBC 10's Shira Arias joining us live at the sports complex in South Philly. Okay, fans there are supposed to be there for the baseball game, but they're talking about a lot of basketball tonight.
And that just comes to show you that fans for all of the teams here in Philadelphia are excited about LeBron coming. Like you mentioned, they're coming up to us and they're like, are you here to talk about LeBron? And I'm like, yes, we are. And I just want to show you that billboard and look at the excitement just here in South Philadelphia. Now, fans were surprised and excited today by this news that the King is coming to Philly. LeBron James announced on social media he is signing a 2-year, $8 million contract with a player option with the 76ers. 76ers. This will be the fourth NBA team James plays in, and from the looks of it, possibly the last team he will play for. Today has been a lot about this exciting news. Mayor Sherelle Parker also expressing on social media how thrilled she is to welcome James to the city. The Sixers have not won a championship in 43 years. LeBron is hopeful he will bring that title back to Philadelphia, and so are the fans. Let's listen.
He could have went to Cleveland. He could have went to Miami. He chose us. Now, come June next year, there's going to be a parade on Broad Street.
Listen, I texted my friend here. I'm really excited. I hope that we don't have a media circus, but what he brings to this team is going to be invaluable.
I was an avid hater of LeBron for a long time because he always beat us. But now that he's a Sixer, you're family, baby.
Now he is family, and I've already noticed that his jerseys, everything is already starting to sell out online. I've already started to look at when is the next game and checking out the prices and stuff. So there's just a lot of excitement right now. This is an important time for Philadelphia. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
The NBA commissioner is still in the midst of making that schedule. I bet Philadelphia is going to show up a lot of those primetime games. Yes. Shaira, thank you so much.
And I'm Matt DeLucia in the Live Center. We saw the billboards out there at Citizens Bank Park. We're also seeing a lot of people putting reactions on social media, and even to the point where Governor Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania declared today LeBron James Day. So there you go. So here are some of the reactions that we're seeing across social media, on X, on Facebook, on Instagram. People just beside themselves, really, with excitement. And there you can see one of those billboards out by Citizens Bank Park. And look at this. SEPTA put this here, the Broad Street line. B is for Bron. So there you go. It'll be a nice welcome there. And even along the Atlantic Ocean, we're seeing some of these giant signs saying, "Welcome to Philadelphia, LeBron James." So, yeah, from the city to the shore and all around the world, this has definitely been something that people have been enjoying for the past several hours. Now, one thing people are trying to get are the jerseys. So if you go to Fanatics, they just posted some of their jerseys out here. Unfortunately, here's the big problem, folks. Look right there. Sold out. Pretty much everything is sold out with the exception of a few kids jerseys here, but sold out. So unfortunately, might be a little bit of time before we can get our hands on one of these, unless you're one of the lucky ones, Fred.
We've got to trust the process. They'll replenish. All right. Thank you, Matt. Well, the city of Philadelphia expects nothing but the best from its sports teams. We know that. Thankfully for Sixers fans, LeBron has delivered. King James has won a title with every franchise he's ever played for, twice with the Heat, once on his second stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and again in 2020 with the Lakers. But as any Sixers player will tell you, fans will put a lot of pressure on its star athletes.
And joining us now is a former Sixers player and now the lead analyst for the team, Alaa Abdelnaby. Thank you so much for joining us. First and most important question here, were you surprised?
Oh, for sure. You could hope, but when it turns into reality, you pinch yourself a little bit and you wonder if this is really happening. And yeah, when you start to get a flood, my phone hasn't blown up like this in quite a while. So when you get a flood of people coming in and telling you, it's something big. Yeah, and it's been exciting. It's been an exciting summer for the 76ers and their fans because I think we've instilled a lot of hope with this new regime coming in.
Absolutely. This new regime has been pretty impressive so far. So even looking at this starting five, if all players are healthy, is this the best starting five in the NBA now?
Oh, I think for sure. The Sixers have had productive starting fives in the past, but nothing like this. And so, yeah, you've got depth, you've got versatility, you've got youth, you've got experience, you've got all of that in the lineup that you have. Not to mention, I think our bench is stronger than it has been in years past. So there's a lot to be excited about if you're a Philly Sixer fan.
So you played for the Sixers. You know what that experience was of playing in this city. What do you think this will mean for the city of Philadelphia?
Well, if my phone and the text messages are any indication, I think, like Tupac said, all eyes on me. I think that's what it's going to be like. I think the focus shifts now in the basketball world from the West Coast, 4 time zones away, now to Philadelphia. and we're the center of basketball as far as attention goes right now. And hopefully, as we start to accumulate some experience playing with one another, because that's an important factor. You can put people out there, but how do they mesh? How do they play with one another? Is it good chemistry? So those are still things that remain to be seen, but I can tell you that if you're Nick Nurse and his staff, you're excited about what you have to work with.
Why do you think LeBron chose the 76ers?
I think it's the roster as it's constituted right now, what it looks like. Now, maybe before all the free agency and Jaylen Brown, we would not be in the running. But because of some of the moves Bob Myers and Mike Gansey have made leading up to this decision, I think all of a sudden the Sixers look like a good place to settle up, to go and experience maybe another championship. I think that's what he's trying to do right now, is he's trying to assess what the league and the landscape looks like and what is his best chance to win a championship. He feels like it's Philadelphia. I happen to agree with him. Let's throw the ball up and see what happens.
We're already seeing LeBron jerseys in a Sixers uniform on sale, and hearing reports they're sold out. I mean, does this become his team now?
Well, I don't know about if it's his team, but I think he will certainly garner a lot of attention because he's the king. I mean, we are on 20 some odd years of him playing basketball, and that kind of consistent excellence demands and commands a lot of respect. And I think that's what you'll see. But I don't think he's coming here to overshadow anybody. I don't think he's coming over here to usurp anybody. I think he's coming over here to try to win. And he feels Philadelphia is his best chance to do that.
I can now say, now that he's coming to Philadelphia, that LeBron James is my favorite player. And it's not just because he is an incredible athlete. It's also just how he's carried himself in his entire career. What do you make of the fact that he is deciding to put a period on his career in Philadelphia?
Well, he's an East Coast guy. Ohio's only one state away, so it's not a huge leap for him. He's used to the cold weather, which is going to be a plus because most people coming from Southern California are not used to the cold weather, but he grew up in it, so he'll be accustomed to it, he and his family. And again, I think the bottom line for him is he equates his joy on the floor with winning and playing in games that matter and being in situations that matter. And I think that's how he wants to finish out his career. Who knows? He might finish out on top again. I'm certainly along for the ride.
Okay, final question. I have to ask that one question of any potential things we should be looking out for, any worries that you might have about how this team might have chemistry and gel.
Well, I think the only thing is, again, Philadelphia fans, we're not known for our patience. So I think at times we're going to have to be patient because this is, again, an entirely new unit. And it's sort of like, it reminds me of college basketball when it didn't used to be that in the NBA, but there's a lot of turnover in college. And so every year it's a new addition. That's kind of, again, what's going to happen here with the 76ers and how will they all mesh. I think those are still the things that remain to be seen. But I like the situation we're in, and I like the options that we have, and these are good problems to have.
Yeah, you can't go wrong anyway. Allah Abdelnaby, thank you so much for your time.
Always good to be with you. Thank you.
You know it's serious when we're quoting Tupac. Yeah, we have a live blog up on the NBC 10 app. Just scan the QR code. You'll see all the reactions pouring in as well as details on jerseys and tickets. We'll send you an alert anytime there's an update on the newest Sixer. So the Sixers are now the hottest ticket in town.
But here's the thing. You have to be careful if you're looking for merch or planning to go to a game. Demand makes you an easy target for scammers. But fraud isn't the only concern you should have when you go to purchase a ticket. We'll show you next.
So LeBron is joining the Sixers and at a discount. He made over $52 million last season. King James will reportedly make $8 million over the next 2 seasons here in Philadelphia. And one thing you won't see at a discount are the tickets. Experts are already warning, don't fall for misleading ticket sales.
NBC 10 Responds reporter Valeria Aponte Feliciano shows us the red flags fans need to know before they buy.
LeBron James hasn't played a single game as a Sixer, but fans may be asking, when can I get my hands on tickets? That demand could also make fans an easy target.
When you have this much demand and supply will never come near meeting it, you end up running the risk of higher fraud.
Brian Hess is the executive director of the Sports Fans Coalition. He says, be cautious if someone calls claiming to represent the Sixers and offers a ticket package. The team has sold ticket plans this way in the past, but scammers know that too.
Never give your credit card information or banking information to anybody who calls you.
The same advice applies to emails.
If you get emails from the team, make sure that the website and the domain that's in the email goes back to the actual website itself. And the best way to check for that is to copy and paste that URL on the email domain into your browser.
Another warning, watch out for speculative tickets. If tickets are listed before the Sixers officially release the schedule and put seats on sale, there's a chance the seller doesn't actually have them.
Make sure you can see what the seat listing is, if it's disclosed on it. If it's not disclosed, it's a good sign that there might be a speculative ticket, so buy that with caution.
Hess says the safest time to get tickets is after the Sixers release them, and also after season ticket holders get theirs. Remember, you can set up ticket alerts on the Sixers website just by doing this. Hover over the Tickets tab on the Sixers homepage, click Ticket Info Request, and fill out the form with your information and the ticket plan options. In South Philadelphia, Valeria Pontefeliciano, NBC 10 Response.
Thank you, Valeria. Okay, LeBron's move to the Sixers is already motivating these guys, the next generation of basketball stars. NBC 10 stopped by the 6th Man Center in Northeast Philly today. These kids are part of Philadelphia Youth Basketball Summer Camp, and they learned the big news today at lunch together. And the Kings' arrival has them dreaming even bigger.
I was crying when I first found out because I'm like, LeBron, I thought he was going to go to Cleveland or somewhere else, but I'm just so happy that he came to Philly.
He's like my inspiration, like a model, so I can maybe meet him because he's in the city.
2 years with him, like we already won, we already cooked.
We want this, but we want something more about this size.
More about this ring.
About the ring,
on
about
our
the
fingers.
trophies. We want
on
everything.
Our fingers.
All right, LeBron's hoping to bring the Sixers their first championship of his lifetime. The Sixers last lifted the Larry O'Brien trophy in 1983, 19 months before LeBron was born.
Wow.
And welcome back to our LeBron Picks Philly coverage. The league is buzzing over his decision, and some people are probably a little worried, too.
Yeah, if healthy, the Sixers have one of the strongest starting fives in recent memory. The King already has a few connections to some of his teammates.
Let's start with Joel Embiid. So the pair were teammates in Paris back in 2024, taking home the gold medal for Team USA. The Sixers had already made the biggest move of the summer to trade for Jaylen Brown. He and LeBron are both former NBA Finals MVPs, and some say that trade put the Sixers on LeBron's radar.
Got to talk about Tyrese Maxey as well. LeBron has told reporters in the past that he works out in the summer with Tyrese, praising his dedication to showing up early in the morning to the gym.
Meanwhile, the Sixers' youngest star was born 2 years after LeBron made his debut. That makes me feel old. But get this, VJ Edgecombe played his first game in the league after LeBron already played a full season with his own son. Yeah, so pretty young. But the cool part is that LeBron will be able to mentor these young players.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure on the younger core because they have so much experience ahead of them just to learn from. Absolutely. And don't forget, we have a live blog up on the NBC 10 app. Just scan the QR code. We'll send you an alert anytime there's an update on the newest Sixer. A handful of people from our area actually can say they faced LeBron before the world knew his name.
So more than 2 decades ago, Germantown Academy took the court against LeBron's high school team. And here's video of that 2001 matchup. That's LeBron wearing number 23, of course, the same number he will now wear in Philly. Nationally ranked Germantown Academy traveled to Ohio to play against St. Vincent St. Mary High School. LeBron was a junior at the time, and we got the chance to talk with Matt Walsh, one of the players from Germantown Academy's starting five for this game.
LeBron was a different level. You know, that was not a game where I left and I was like, oh, man, we really let one slip. That was more of one like, wow, we competed with somebody who's going to be amazing in the NBA for a lot of years. Now, I did not think that at 41, I would still be talking about this and LeBron would be signing in Philly and he would be playing at an all-NBA level. What he's done is absolutely amazing.
GA, by the way, held their own during the game, but ultimately SVSM won this one 70-64. LeBron scored 38 of the team's points. That's all for us tonight at 7. What a fun one. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lena Collette.
And I'm Fred Shropshire. We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock.